Hey everyone, welcome. Today I'm gonna explain to you why authenticity is your best friend, and it's the key to your actual fulfillment. And ever since I started incorporating this into my life, it's actually changed everything for me. And I realized that it was like the source of many problems. So, what I mean by authenticity, first of all, is not what we usually think of when we say authenticity, as in like being kind of always speaking your mind and doing whatever you want and so on. I think those things are important. But what I mean by authenticity is about your feelings. So, that would be to honor how you feel, whether it's good or bad, positive or negative, to always honor that and accept that as a part of reality. So I think that nowadays people are so deep into like the kind of philosophy that we have on YouTube or social media nowadays. It's so like deep into avoidance, avoidance of authenticity. So when you have, for example, like all these positivity things, like there's this rejection of negativity. uh for example, rejection of negativity is inauthenticity, because sometimes we are negative, sometimes we feel negative, sometimes we feel bad, and that's a part of ourselves. It's inauthentic to not accept that and to not feel it, to not express it in some way, to not honor it, right? Like, for example, all this like um narcissism and self-love that people always preach about, like you have to be obsessed with yourself and not care about anybody else. Sometimes you do care. It's a part of you as a human to care about others. It's inauthentic to reject those things, to shove them, right? And I actually, this concept kind of clicked for me after watching one of Leo Skepi's videos, where he talked about his key to manifestation. So he made a great point. So when we think of manifestation, like today on social media, we have this idea that like we always have to be positive. You have to believe that you have whatever you want, whatever it is you want. You have to believe it. You have to be positive. You have to always be hopeful, and then things will come to you. But you see, like, for examples, extremely successful people, like big artists, for example, that are, when they speak of their experience, they say that when they were achieving their highest successes, for example, they were actually very depressed, and they were these negative people, or they were insecure, or they didn't believe in themselves. So you see, like, these people that have what they want and that could be fulfilled, but they're depressed. They're not positive, they're not hopeful, you know? So the real key to manifestation, if that's the word that you want to use, or to me, I like to use the word fulfillment. And I think when you're in a state of fulfillment, you're actually able to achieve virtually whatever you want, right? That state of fulfillment and flow, that's a state of authenticity. So whatever it is you're feeling, you honor it. When you're depressed, you could for sure take time for yourself, but you could also work towards your goals while being depressed. And I'm not like talking about avoidance. Okay, there's a very big difference. I'm not talking about like trying to be extremely productive in order to numb your feelings and to push them aside. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about redirecting your feelings towards creation. That's how art is made. When you redirect your depression or your anger towards creating something, whether it be art or anything, a project, you could, like, I think emotion is the biggest driver for creativity and for creation. And so emotion doesn't have to be positive. It doesn't have to be hope or confidence. It could be anger. It could be sadness. It could be frustration. It could be hopelessness. All these emotions, you could actually channel them and express them in not in a positive, but like in a productive, fulfilling way, right? And it's actually like this touches on an extremely important concept for me, which is the concept of emotional resilience. Emotional resilience, in my opinion, is the most important thing, and it's the number one thing that is responsible for everyone's problems. I genuinely believe that. So when you have emotional resilience, you could face whatever it is that scares you. And generally whatever it is that scares you and that you're avoiding, that's exactly the key to solving your problem that you're frustrated by. Usually we have like a problem in our life, whether it be like problems with productivity or problems with the social life, or problems with your relationships, with vulnerability. All those problems that you have, it's because you keep doubling down on what's comfortable for you. You try to solve this problem by doing the exact same thing that feels comfortable. Whatever thing that you do that solves other problems is not made for certain things, and you keep avoiding other things because they're unfamiliar to you, and that keeps you stuck. That is the reason why you're stuck. So the actual reason why you're stuck is because you can't face those things that you're not comfortable with, that you always avoid. And it takes emotional resilience to face the things that you're not comfortable with, the things that you've never done. It takes emotional resilience. So, emotional resilience is the opposite of avoidance. Authenticity is the opposite of avoidance. If you want to achieve anything, you have to accept whatever it is you're feeling inside. And whatever you feel, it doesn't have to mean that you're gonna have to stay in bed and cry about it all the time. You could do that, and that's fine. But you could also sometimes take those feelings and channel them for creation, for helping others, you know, for anything. Your feelings are things that you can mold to create something fulfilling, something that actually gives you that sense of wholeness, that sense that you're not empty inside, right? So it's very important that you're always authentic. Whatever it is you're feeling inside, I don't know, talk about it to someone else, you know, uh write about it on a journal, feel it, meditate. Meditation is great for emotional resilience because it allows you to just sit with the feeling. You don't have to change the feeling. You don't have to you don't have to think about it in a way where you make it positive. You can just accept it and be with it. And that's emotional resilience. Even the people that you see as like extremely resilient, that appear to be extremely strong and resilient, for example, I don't know, like the hyper productive people, or like bodybuilders and so on, they are usually avoiding something. It is the default state for every human. Avoidance is our default state. Okay, it's completely normal that your brain is wired to avoid, because avoidance is security. But on the other side of security is fulfillment. Fulfillment needs risk, it needs courage, and it needs resilience, right? So it's not because like you're productive or something that you are completely resilient. There's probably something that you're avoiding. So this is the real key to, in my opinion, I don't like to say happiness because I'm not always happy. Sometimes I'm stressed, sometimes I'm anxious, but I think the fulfillment is like kind of the happiness in the background. It's not like the euphoric feeling, it's kind of the background peaceful feeling. I think a big part of it is authenticity, to always honor whatever it is you feel, even if it is shame. Sometimes we feel shame. I think shame is like the thing that prevents you from feeling your feelings sometimes, but even shame can be honored. It's a part of you, you know? So it's very, very important that I think it's even like, it could be very useful to you to make it your biggest value that you're authentic with yourself. Whatever it is you're feeling, be honest about it. no matter how shameful it makes me feel, no matter how hard it is to face. Believe me, once you face that, it will actually change your life. Genuinely. So that's a very important point. I really hope this message gets across. I feel like it's kind of hard to explain, and I will definitely make way more videos about this topic because there's just so much to say about it. But I really hope this makes sense to you, you know? And I really hope that you are able to honor yourself and to accept yourself and to see the beauty in pain, see the beauty in shame, see the beauty in weakness and in strength, and the beauty in everything. Thank you for watching. Subscribe because I'm going to be making videos every week about how I was able to change myself and turn my life around and completely change the way I do everything. I'm going to explain my journey, and I hope that if you're on a similar journey as me, that you subscribe so we stay together. And I hope that you share your thoughts with me because I'm still learning myself. I'm learning every day so much more. Thank you for watching again, and I really wish you great luck on your journey, and I wish that you achieve your real destiny. That's yeah. Thank you.